Hello everyone, KT here. As you can see in the background, I've got the Longevity Forcecut 40D. Been looking at getting a plasma cutter for a long time. Checked on Craigslist, didn't really see any decent ones out there, ones that weren't beat up and hammered and rode hard and put up wet. And I didn't want to take a chance on buying somebody else's problems. So I've been shopping around online for a long time, looking on eBay and found this on Amazon. I'm an Amazon Prime member, and when I was looking at this Thursday, today's Saturday, and when I was looking at this Thursday online, I guess it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I've got some work I want to do this weekend, some metal recycling and some stuff I need to haul off, and specifically I've got some AC compressors, and they don't require that you drain the oil, but I'm going to do that. I tend to be somewhat environmentally conscious and can't just throw these things on a trailer, have them roll around in a junkyard and have the oil contaminated. Some of it's mineral oil, which isn't a big deal, but then some of it's polyester oil. So just to be environmentally conscious, I want to go ahead and cut holes in the tops of the compressors, just lay them over in a pan, and then take the waste oil to AutoZone or something like that. So I'll be doing that this weekend, and I did it before, and I had a unibit, and that was a lot of work. You know, 'cause you have to drill it, and steps up, the holes get bigger, and it goes up to like 3/4 of an inch. And even then, it still takes a little while for the oil to drain out. So this way, I'm just going to take the plasma cutter, cut a big old gash right at the top of it, and dump it over in a pan, and let that drain into a 5-gallon bucket. So I was hoping to get that done this weekend. When I was looking on Amazon, I found the ad for this, and it's sold by Amazon, so they'll back it up with their warranty and everything. But it said if you order within 2 hours, you'll have it by Friday the 16th, which was yesterday. So I placed the order for this thing about 2:30 on Thursday, get close to 3 o'clock. I had about 20 minutes left because I did a bunch of shopping around online, did some comparisons, did some read a lot of reviews. I was looking at the least expensive ones. I'm a hobbyist. You guys know that. A lot of you guys know that. I'm a hobbyist, and I can't afford a $1,400 Hypertherm or whatever they're called. And I'm going to use this lightly and sparingly. So I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. I don't have a whole bunch of money to spend, and found this one online, decent price. They collected tax, and $13.99. I got it shipped overnight. Literally, I placed the order on Thursday 2:30, probably 3 o'clock, maybe somewhere in that area, and it showed up yesterday afternoon in 24 hours. So I was really happy about that. But anyhow, enough about that. I'm going to go ahead and do the unboxing on it. I did notice when when I picked it up off the front porch, the bottom of the box is really mushy right here. This thing looks like it's been slung around. It came from San Antonio. Don't know how it got there, where it came from. If it came from their, they've got their office or their headquarters is in California, I believe. Definitely says right here, made in China. You know, I like buying U.S. as often as I can. That's why I got my Hobart. It was, they're still made in Ohio, I think. I'd like to buy U.S. American as much as possible. In this case, anything that was made here was over $1,000. Over twice as much what I paid for this one. So let me shut up now, and we'll get to the unboxing, and I'll show you what's in the package. All right, stand by. All right, let's go ahead and get it open and see what all is inside. Man, this box looks like it's been taped shut like 14 times. I hope it's not a return. Alright. Here's, yeah, this has already been opened. Oh, that's why. This is a packing slip. They put the packing slip in here for something. Comes with the operator's manual. We've got our ground clamp which is a decent ground clamp for the quality I mean, for the price. But yeah, decent ground clamp. The lead, probably a 6-foot lead, maybe 8-foot lead. It's not very long. Yeah, 8-foot lead. Here's the, oh, this is a dual voltage unit. So you can do 220 or 110, which is cool because this is the exact same plug that I have on my welder, on my Hobart, and also on my air compressor, my 220. So 220, 221, whatever it takes. And that's the adapter for it, obviously. The 220 to 110. I've got some hose here. This is thin, very thin plastic. It's not even reinforced. It's just, of course, it's low pressure. You don't have to push a lot to it. I'm going to regulate at my compressor, and not at the cutter itself. And we've got this, like a cover, probably for the top of the welder, I guess. I believe that's what that's going to be for. Oh, and a handy dandy DVD. Includes manuals, photos, pamphlets, and setup videos. Alright, let's get on to the unit itself. Here's the torch. Oops, I want my consumables. Alright, so that was what I was wondering. I couldn't find any packaging information. So it comes with 2 tips and 2 electrodes. There's the consumables there. Man, it was quick. I was on their website. As soon as I jumped on their website, I was trying to find some, instead of surfing around that thing, looking at all the pages and stuff, I was trying to find out what torch it used, and I went to their website, and as soon as I got on the page, a chat window popped up on the bottom right of the screen, and you know, hey, this is whoever, how can I help you? And I said, I was looking at the Longevity 40D, and I was wondering what torch it came with, and poof, the guy, like within a split second, answered S45. So it's got a decent little torch. And it looks like we have, let's see, probably a 10-foot torch lead here, which is, all my stuff is right here in my garage that I work on, and when I'm working on those compressors, I'm going to back them up. They're going to be on a trailer, so I don't need a whole lot of length, and this is going to be more than ample. This is a good solid, this is a good solid 10 feet. Big old snake. So, and it's all wrapped in vinyl. Looks pretty heavy duty, you know, if I use it a lot. I can imagine somebody used this professionally, they would drag through this vinyl real quick like. And might have to come up with something else, but I'm going to be giving it light duty, so it doesn't concern me much at all. Alright, the tips on the end, we've got the threaded air hose, we've got our modular plugs, and we have a ground terminal. Oh, sorry about that. And there's a ground terminal here, so I'm assuming that maybe there's a thumb screw or something on the front of this instead of having to do that with a screw every time if you want to attach it or detach it. Alright, let's see. Oh, weighs about 30 pounds, 35 or 40 pounds. That was a pretty good one on the old rotator cuff there. And this thing was slammed around. You know, I was telling you about the bulge in the bottom of the box. Here's part of the styrofoam right there. So he must have thrown this thing off of the loading dock or something. Yeah, they completely busted the bottom out of that. You can see that or not. The whole bottom was busted out of that piece from there. Yeah, boom, look at that. Alright, well, I'll have to check the machine itself, make sure it's not dimmed up or whatever. Yeah, it hasn't been opened. It's still got the original tape on it here, unless somebody took the time to save it like I'm doing here. Taped it back up, but I can't seem to be doing that. That would be too ridiculous. So I don't think it was returned. I think the only reason that other box was open is because that's where they put the packing slip. All right, here's a cord here. We're looking at a 220 plug. Sure enough. Good news, don't have to mess with finding any new plugs or changing plugs out or swapping them out. Alright. Well, one thing so far that I was really hoping that they wouldn't do is this fitting right here. It's just a barbed fitting. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Looks like a 5/16 barbed fitting. I was hoping that it would be threaded, and I was just going to go ahead and thread in a coupler, an air hose coupler for my compressor. But there it is right there. Tell you what, I'm going to leave you guys zoomed in. You don't need to see my ugly mug. We're going through this. There you go. Yeah, you can see it's just a barbed fitting right here, so I'll have to figure something out as far as replacing. I might just get a little extra piece of hose that I've got and clamp that on with a coupler and just have a little dongle out here. Little pigtail. I was going to look at the bottom of this. No, it's okay. It's not dented in. Definitely took a knot though. It's not dented in. Here's the ground here. Ground screw. On the front of the machine, we have the regulator here, which is loose. I'll have to tighten that up. There we go. Just a little ring there. That ring was loose. So, power switch. Got a little air pressure gauge from 0 to 150. Here's the adjustment on it. It goes from 0 to 40. Obviously, it's a 40D, so it's a 40 amp machine. And there's the plug. So that's good. This is has a little knob on it. Oh, for crying out loud! Sorry about that. There's the front of the machine there. A little better. This is what I was talking about for the ground on the torch. It's got a little terminal right there with a little handle nut, lead, torch, and electrodes, and our ground. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this thing up just because, and see what it does. Stand by. Make sure all the lights come on and the bells ring and the whistles blow.